na si Jesus ang hinahanap natin dito sa ministry na ito. Okay? So the big question is, how can I be a Christ-centered leader? So, after this afternoon, so tanungin natin itong question na to. So can you write it down in your notebook and in your paper? How can I be a Christ-centered leader? Alright, so pag muni-munihan natin yan, alright, so that will be your question after lunch. Don't worry, balikan natin. Okay? Now, but before that, let's first ask another question. Ito, hindi lang to para sa organization natin, para sa ibang kumpanya. Bakit nagre-resign at umaalis yung mga tao? Anong reason? Alam nyo ba, according to research? Bakit nagre-resign daw yung mga tao or umaalis sa organization? Anong reason? Sa research, ha? Alam mo sa trabaho, syempre dito wala nang pay sweldo, di ba? Sa trabaho, anong number one? Nagugulat ka, yung pera, hindi siya number one. Pangatlo lang siya. Kaya nagre-resign yung mga tao. Number two, narinig ko, good job! Relationship. Pag unhealthy yung working relationship, yung kasamahan ko sa trabaho, toxic. Maalis ang mga tao. Na-experience ba kayong gano'n na parang, huwag siyang pumasok dyan, huwag kang makasama dyan, toxic mga tao. Toxic. Unhealthy working relationship. Pangalawa, di ba? So, tanungin natin sa sarili natin, yung bang organization ko, yung team ko, may katoxican ba? Dahil sa personality ng bawat isa, lagi ba kami nag-aaway-away? If yes, sign na yan, naaalis yung mga tao nyo. Hindi kayo makaka-attract ng young ones. Di ba? Toxic. Oh, may kagesa ng top 1!
Leader.
Bakit umaalis sa mga miyembro sa organization? Top 1 ay... Davos! Ikaw ang dahilan. May umalis naman ang dahil sa'yo. Bato-bato sa langit. Ang tamaan?
Sapol!
May bukol.
Sapol.
Alam nyo, bago na yung leadership ngayon, basagin na natin yung unang leadership style. Dati kasi, akala natin leadership parang ganito. Si boss, pinakamataas, at yung mga feeling boss at lahat ng meeting. Kung ba na yan? Hindi na ganyan ngayon yung leadership hierarchy at structure ngayon. Diba? Si boss, chief. Oh, yung iba, mga feeling boss. At yung iba, alipin. Sino proud maging alipin? Woo! Alipin!
Meron pang iba
Luma na yan. Anong bago ngayon? Kabaliktaran.
Yep.
Kabaliktaran. Si KABN, ang pinakamataas, si bossing at si boss chief. Ano ang KABN? Please read. 1, 2, 3, go.
Kayo, Pinoy.
Ang boss natin, parishioners. Ang boss natin, mga sheep at flock ni Jesus. Sila yung boss natin. The reason bakit meron tayo trabaho at meron tayong ministry sa simbahan, sila yung boss, hindi tayo. Diba? At sa trabaho, ganoon din. Sa trabaho, laging nag-train po kami, mga kumpanya na sinserve natin, Jollibee Foods Corporation, si Globe, Unilever, Procter & Gamble, name it, lahat yan. Kakliyente namin. SM Malls, nag-train kami doon. So, we're the top 1 training firm at nagtuturo kami ng customer service. At lagi namin sinasabi sa kanila that the new boss right now are the customers. Because without your customers, you don't have a job today. The customers are the ones really paying your salary. So, simple lang. To our situation, wala tayong parishioner, wala tayong trabaho. Wala tayong parishioner, para saan pa yung pagkakanta mo at pagbabasa mo?
Wala
Parishioners are the boss.
Videoke na lang.
Kaya we should be inclusive to the parishioners. Diba? Huwag tayong judgment sa parishioner natin. Diba? Kaya nga pupunta yan dahil may sakit eh. Kaya nga Jesus didn't come for the righteous, He come for the sinners. Diba? So kung pumasok simbahan, sige, kami na open ang simbahan para sa inyo. Kaya yung iba, ayaw pumasok sa simbahan, toxic na sa simbahan yun, maraming chismisan. Alam mo yun, inspired ka na sana pumunta sa Santo Niño, inspired ako lagi magsimba, Nagsisimba ako sa Santo Niño Parish, kita ko may ganap yung mga tao, nagsiserve. Sige nga, mag-serve nga ako. Tapos pag-serve, nakita niyo yung baho sa loob. Nagtanong sila. Inspired ako magsimba, pero nakita ko nagkaaway sila, nagchichismisan sila. Sinisiraan ng bawat isa. Ito ko na dito.
Alis na ako ulit.
Diba? Nakakalungkot. Inspired yung bata na mag-serve. Dahil gusto niya mapalapit sa Panginoon. Hindi ba na Panginoon nakikita niya sa loob? Nakakalungkot. Di ba? At alam mo, sinusimulan niya tayo leader.
Si Marites ang nakita.
So again, we should take care of this ministry that God has given to us. Okay? Now, probably you might ask this question. Alam mo, Francis, bakit naman ako kailangan maging leader? Pwede naman ako kung follower lang. Eh, napilitan lang ako, sabi kasi ni Father, wala daw pwede dito. Akala lang, ayaw naman maging leader eh. Hindi ko naman kaya. Bakit ba kailangan maging leader? Magaling naman ako as an individual performer. Sino dito naka-experience na on your own, galing ka sa task. Pero nung naging leader ka na, mukhang hirap ka. Meron ba ganun? Ako na magagawa. Di ba, bulok naman itong mga kasama ko. Ako na nga nag-lead dito. Di ba, itong mga follower ko, di marunong. Di ba, ang hirap maging leader, correct?
Correct.
Bakit ba kailangan maging leader? Na, ito po ay tinuturo namin hindi lang para sa simbahan, para din sa professional and personal life. Sige, lagyan natin ng siyensya. Ito yung leadership ability mo from 1 to 10. Sige, sulat nyo nga. Ano ang leadership ability mo? 10, perfect leader ako. 9, 8, above average. 5, 6, average. 4, 3, below average. 1, 2, low leadership ability. Ano yung leadership ability? Meron kang integrity, magaling ka, mahusay, trust-based leader ka. Yan ang leadership ability. I know how to lead people, motivate people. I can help them become a better version of themselves. Yan ang leadership ability. I can coach them, mentor them, train them. I can motivate them, inspire them. Yan ang leadership ability. 10 is the highest, 1 is the lowest. Lagay yan. Don't worry, walang mag-check niyan. Sa sarili mo lang yan. Now, next. Ano ang dedication success mo? Ibig sabihin, gaano ka ka-passionate maging successful ikaw at yung ministry mo at yung team mo. Gaano ka ka-passionate maging successful yun? Alright? 10 is the highest, 1 is the lowest. 10, gusto ko talaga maging successful yung ministry namin, mag-flourish. Alright? Gusto ko talaga ako mag-flourish, mag-shine, mag-achieve, mag-perform. 10 over 10. 8 or 9, about average. 7, 6, so lang, average. Below 5, below average. Then 1 too low. Hindi masyadong ganado sa success. Now, take note. Dear leaders, what if sobrang taas ng success dedication mo? 8 over 10. Pero yung leadership ability mo, 3. Ang baba na leadership ability mo. Pero magaling ka. Performer ka, yung dedication to success, mataas. Maraming ganyan. Individually, magaling. Pero yung leadership ability, masungit. Diba? Hindi nakakalit ng tao, nakakamotivate ng tao. Diba? Hindi marunong makitungo sa tao. Take note yung coverage niya. Ito lang. So, ibig sabihin, hindi ka makaporma, hindi ka maka-flourish, maka-shine. Bakit? Kasi yung success mo is just limited to your leadership ability. Now, let's have the other way around. Let's say yung leadership dedication mo is 6. Hindi kasi taas ng 8. 6. Pero yung leadership ability mo is also 6. Tingnan mo yung sakop ng effectiveness mo. So what does this mean? Leadership ability is a multiplier of success. Your leadership ability is a must para mag-multiply, flourish, at lalaki tayo. Katulad nila St. Peter, ni St. Paul, ang husay ng leadership ability kay lumaki yung simbahan. Hindi lang sa Roma. Di ba? Lumaki din, kita mo buong mundo. Nag-flourish yung Catholicism because of their leadership ability. Lumaki yung simbahan. Alam mo, natutuwa ko every time, nagte-training ko kami sa abroad, every time pumunta kami abroad at nagsisimba, natutuwa ako kasi pag nagmimisa, pareho-pareho tayo ng liturgy, ng symbolism. unlike other religion, pag iba-ibang simbahan, kanya-kanyang diskarte. Pero ito, parang iisang boses tayo. Sabi ko, nakakatawa. Sabi ko, ano may napalaganan itong Catholicism? Nung nag-Japan kami, may Japanese, nagbimisa, may communion, may liturgy of the word, kahit hapon yung pare, hindi ko naintindihan. Pero nasusubaybayan ko. Pumunta ako sa Italy, Italiano yung misa, hindi ko naintindihan, pero nasusundan ko. And nagulat ako, sabi ko, from Europe to America to Philippines, sabi ko, ang galing ng apostles ko, napalaki na tayo. And so, of course, ang galing ng Espiritu Santo at may God, di ba? Naparami, ang lupit ng leadership skill. So, leadership ability is a multiplier of success. You can never be successful on your own. You need to strengthen your leadership ability. Kailangan mo iangat. Bakit? Take note, dear leaders. A level 5 leader cannot lead a level 10 follower. Uulitin ko. A level 5 leader cannot lead a level 10 follower. Tawag dyan, the law of the lead. Alam mo yung law of the lead? Parang takip. Hindi siya makaangat. Meron kang follower, bata, mahusay, magaling, matalino, gustong mag-serve, may idea. Kuya, sir, ate, meron ako idea. Stop! Ako magaling dito. Puing, puing, puing. Naging lead ka, naging takip. Sabihin sa'yo, sir, meron akong bagong idea. What if it? Pumahimik ka. Ako nagsasalita. Ting, ting, ting. Merong leadership lead. Kaya ask yourself, anong ability ko? Kasi ability ko, level 4, yung mga galing under me, hindi maka-flourish. Hindi maka-grow kasi ako yung takip, ako yung ceiling. Yung ego ko yung ceiling, kaya hindi siya maka-grow. Kawawa naman yung bata, kawawa naman yung team members. Dahil sa'yo, hindi siya makaangat. Dahil sa'yo, hindi siya makapag-grow as a leader. So what does it mean? Itaas mo yung leadership level mo para yung mga tao mo sa baba maka-improve din. Right? Now, take note. Can you please read 1, 2, 3, go? Kung gusto natin mag-grow si Santo Niño Parish, kailangan marami kayo dito. Sige lang isa. Alam mo, kilala niyo si Procter & Gamble? Sila ang creators ng Safeguard, Head and Shoulders, Tide, daming galing. If you ask Procter & Gamble, sino ang reason bakit lumaki si Procter & Gamble? Wala silang naituro na isa. Bakit? Kasi lahat sila maraming nag-contribute, maraming leaders. Kaya lumaki ng ganyan si Procter & Gamble. So, dito sa Santo Niño Parish, pag sinabi ko, sino ang magagaling na leader dito? Pag tinuro nyo lang si Sister Ginty at si Father, yung growth nyo limited sa kakayahan nila. Sana pag tinanong ko next time, sino ang magagaling sa Santo Niño Parish? Naku-confused ko kasi ang dami. Hindi lang si Father, hindi lang si Sister Gigi. Ang dami yung pwede ituro ng magaling na leader. And that will be your potential. Sky's the limit ang potential. Pag maraming leaders dito, hindi lang leaders ha, magaling na leaders dito sa Santo Niño Parish. So let's not compete with each other. Let's treat each other and help and support each other to become better leaders. Di ba? Alam mo, sabi ni Adam Grant, kilala si Adam Grant? Isa siya sa mga mahusay na author ngayon. Alam mo sabi niya? The sign of intellectual chemistry is enjoying disagreements. Ano daw? The sign of intellectual chemistry is enjoying disagreements. Matalino kayo at synergize at may chemistry ang talino nyo pag nag-enjoy kayo ng disagreement. Bakit? Because that's a sign you're open for you to be challenged. Pag kunyari may idea ka at sinabi ng iba, sister, maiba lang tayo, tama naman yung idea mo, pero ito yung dangerous part. Okay lang ba, sister, ito na medyo against mo na ako sa idea mo? Sana respond mo, no, sister, makes sense ha? Ngayon na na-realize, oo nga eh, then hindi ko nakita ng perspective. That's a mature leader. And even you as a leader, team members, itong direction ko. Pero I'm happy to be challenged. Ano sa tingin nyo? Baka meron akong hindi nakikita. That's a humble, intellectual leader. Hindi egoistic leader. Ang egoistic leader kasi, ayaw nyo magkamali. Gusto nyo lahat ng sinasabi niya perfect. Gone were the days wherein a leader comes in, everyone follow me because I'm a perfect leader. Mas sinusunod mo yun. Guys, I'm your leader for today. I'm not perfect. I have a lot of mistakes. I'm willing to learn from my mistakes. I'm also willing to learn from you. Let's help each other. Leader yung pag sinabi, alam mo, team members, this is a problem na medyo bago sa akin na. Medyo kailangan ko yung kakayahan nyo. Sorry, I made a mistake yesterday. Pasensya na, I'm really sorry for that one. But with your help, we can help each other. That's an effective leader. Because that's a compassionate leader. Ibig sabihin ng compassion with passion. I'm suffering with, together with you, I'm leading with you, struggles mo na intindihan ko rin. That's vulnerable leadership. Hindi na yung armored perfection leadership ang puso mo. So, kung totoo kang tao, pag sila sorry guys, medyo mainit at ulo ko kanina, pasensya na, I'm really sorry, it's my time. You apologize. You have to be a humble leader, right? Okay? Okay na hindi magagalit. Magalit ako. Minsan, magagalit nga ako eh. Diba? Pero guys, pasensya na. Sinasabi ko sa inyo. Because I know, hindi na uso yung plastikan na leader. Diba? Magpakatotoo ka, but at the same time, you ask sorry. You apologize. Diba? You're not perfect, but of course, you can be a vulnerable leader and that will always sustain your credibility. Diba? So, a growing organization is only a reflection of a growing leader. Now take note, daming mga famous leaders eh. Kita mo yan. These are leaders, di ba? Okay. Maaaring sabi mo, si Hitler andyan. Di ba? Si Marcos andyan. Mahatma Gandhi, Lee Kuan Yew. Alright? Paano malalaman kung sino yung tunay na leader? Meron pong criteria. Now let me ask you, think of 3 leaders that you are willing to follow. Sino to mga leaders na to? Think of 3 leaders whom you are also forced to follow. Meron bang leaders na willing ka to follow? Yes or no?
Yes.
Sino-sino mga to? Meron bang leaders forced ka lang to follow? Sino-sino mga to? Now, according to research, ito yung mga criteria that leaders won't follow. Mga corrupt, mga immoral, mga closed-minded, mga inefficient, indecisive, incompetent, hypocrite, doesn't accept mistakes, backpasser, rumor mongerer, yan, mahilig sa chismis, mahilig magkaroon ng favorite. Guys, favoritism is not a good leadership style. Unethical, selfish, sarcastic, arrogant, lazy, self-righteous, tainted with dishonor, unprofessional, narrow-minded, impatient. These are, according to research, leaders are not willing to follow. Pero people are willing to follow voluntarily ito. May experience, considerate, nag-empower ng mga tao, open-minded, inspiring, lead by example, good communicator, passionate, great motivator, hardworking, humble, intelligent, risk-taker. Dito na lang tayo sa charming. Thinks of the welfare of his follower, approachable, flexible, transparent, firm. Now, yan yung titingnan natin. Tanong, meron ka ako ng qualities na to. So, check natin later. Okay, kung meron kang qualities na yan, good news, people are willing to follow you. Now, what if meron ka nito, pero meron pa rin masamang leader eh. Ano bang criteria? May 3. Number 1, you are an ethical and Christ-centered leader if the interest of the organization is above self-interest. Okay? That's number 1. Ibig sabihin nito sa ministry natin, dapat pag nag-decide ako at umaksyon ako, para ito sa kapakanan ng Santo Niño, ng parish, ng ministry namin. Hindi lang to para sa akin. Okay, number 1. Now what if, katulad ng terrorists, they're willing to sacrifice themselves para sa mga terrorist group. Not to judge them, but look at Israel and Palestine. All of them are willing to sacrifice themselves for their group. Their interest is even sacrifice. It's for the group. Yan yung number 2. Ano yung number 2? It should be for the common good. Ibig sabihin, leader ako, pag hindi lang pang music ministry, common good. pag nag-decide ako, dapat na-consider ko rin si music ministry, si finance, si lector, si knights of the altar, si parish, para sa lahat. Hindi lang para sa team ko. Para sabihin mo, leader ako kasi pinaglalaban ko ang mga lectors. Pero yung pag-decision mo, how will it affect the other minister? Dapat common good. Dapat as a leader, guys, alam ko, favorite natin na to, nasa lector tayo, pero let's also be considerate to the other ministry. Hindi to competition. Itong ministry natin, lahat tayo mahalaga para dito sa simbahan natin. Let's be considerate to others. Pero leadership, hindi naman yung common good. Isa pa. That's number 2. Now, take note. Paano mo malaman yung common good? Alam mo, pumasok po akong seminaryo. Nag-Dominican po ako, muntik na akong maging pare, pero I follow the dark side. Ako yung tumatakas sa seminaryo. Dominican, naging part po ako ng order of preacher. Nag-profess ako ng Vows of Poverty, Chastity, Preaching, pero nagpasaway. So, isa sa mga professor ko sa philosophy, sabi niya sa moral philosophy, you will know if someone is a good leader by using what is morally good. Ano yung morally good? Take note, may dalawang klaseng good. Itinatawag na apparent good at true good. Kung good and evil, anong pipiliin mo? Siyempre, good. No-brainer yun. Common sense yun. Ngayon, dito natetest ang Christ-centered leader. It's good versus good. Pag good versus good, patay ng bata. Ang hirap mamili. Doon ka nagkakaroon ng ethical dilemma. Yung good versus evil ay no-brainer. Piliin mo yung good. Diba? Sinungaling, nagsasabi ng totoo. Ano pipiliin mo? Totoo. Diba? Magnanakaw, mahusay. Mahusay. Diba? So, malinaw na malinaw. Good versus evil, good ang piliin mo. So, yung alam mo lang pinag-isipan, wala yung pinag-aawayan. Ang mahirap, guys, yung good versus good. Kasi yung isa, apparent good. Paano natin malalaman yung true good? Okay. May tinatawag na morally and ethically good. Can we say this together? AIC. A stands for the act. The act itself must be good. Ibig sabihin yung pagsasabi ng totoo, pagbibigay sa kapwa. Yung act mismo, pag ginudge mo, good yan, good yan. Diba? Act itself must be good. Pagsasabi ng totoo, pagtutulong sa kapwa, or neutral, sumayaw ka, hindi siya good, hindi siya bad, it's neutral. Okay lang yon. Number 2, can we please say this together? Intention. Intention must be good. Nagsasabi ka ng totoo, pero intention mo good. Yung iba, nagsasabi ng totoo, pero nilaglag mo. Siya yung pasaway. Diba? Siya yung nilaglag mo siya, may intention ng pangit. Diba? The intention must be good. And finally, letter C, can we say this together? Circumstance. Naliligo ka. Good, yes or no? Yes. Yung pag nag-no ka, duda na ako dyan. Ano na nangyayari ngayon? Naamoy na natin. Naliligo. Intention. Gusto mong maging malinis. Good? Pero naliligo ka sa gitna ng daan. Good?
No.
But you call that circumstance. So as leaders, yan tatlo dapat. Action is good. Intention is good. Circumstance is good. Nagsasabi ka ng totoo. Good. Intention mo, mapaayos yung organization natin. Good. Pero circumstance mo ang cheese na ito. Hindi good. Circumstance, kausapin mo siya. Sister Lisa, Sister Ivy, kausapin na yun kita. Medyo hindi ko nagustuhan yung pag-uusap natin kanina. Kasi medyo kanina, sabi natin ang priority ko, pero hindi ko nag-iba yung priority ko. Hindi yung circumstance, Father, Sister Gigi, iba yung priority natin. Ito tayo, sister, hindi sa atin ka naman. Bakit ano? Diba? Alam mo, kulang talaga sa Pinoy. Alam mo, I love Filipino culture. Pero what I don't like is our type of communication. Alam mo yung type of communication natin? Passive-aggressive. Yung passive, Say ka, oo, aggressive, may chismis ka after. Sa meeting pa lang, dapat sabihin mo na kung may concern. Alam mo, sa mga kumpanya, lagi ko sinasabi sa kanila, the reason why there's no teamwork and collaboration because you don't have conflicts inside the meeting. The conflicts happen outside the meeting. Dapat yung conflicts sa loob. Kung meron hindi okay sa'yo, magsabi ka, Father, medyo okay na po para sa meeting, medyo disconnect po ako, Father, kasi po sa meeting. Alam mo, may two types of conflict. Can we say this together? Task conflict.
Task conflict.
Second, can we say this together? Relationship conflict.
Relationship.
Alam mo sabi ni Adam Grant, we need more task conflict for us to be creative. Task conflict. What's a task conflict? I have 3 kids. Yung eldest ko, 6-year-old. Yung daughter ko, 5-year-old. At yung isa, 10 months. Bigyan kita example ng relationship conflict, which is bad. Yung kuya, yung son ko, sobrang bully. Sinasabihan niya yung daughter ko na sa iba, Eva, you're a loser! Sabi ko, Kobe, that's bad. That is relationship conflict. Don't criticize, don't say you are a loser. That is an example of relationship conflict. What is a task conflict? Eva, my daughter is really good at task conflict. Pag naglalaro siya at ginugulo siya ng kuya niya, sasabihin niya, Kuya, is it okay if you don't interrupt me this time? I'm playing on my own, but don't worry, Kuya. Can I play with you later, please? But not this time. That is an example of task conflict. So, dear leaders, we have to have task conflict. Task conflict, walang person, it's about the task. Sister, kanina sa pagbabasa niyo, medyo yung intonation at medyo yung pacing medyo kulang. Okay na ba, sister, na mas magaling yung pacing natin intonation? Practice huwag ka. Hindi ba rin, sister, pangit mo talaga magbasa, sister.
Diretso.
We should have more task conflict, and task conflict should happen in the meeting. Right? Hindi pwedeng after the meeting, yung meeting after the meeting. Okay? So, the act itself must be good, intention must be good, circumstance must be good. And take note guys, ang daming leaders ngayon, na alam mo, maganda naman yung maganda yung intention, di ba? Ano mas importante, action or intention? Who says action? Who says intention? Sige. Alam ko, political to, pero this is according to moral ethics, moral standards. Pagpapatay sa kapwa, act itself is good? No. Pero intention mo na eliminate yung mga masamang tao. Medyo hirap mo, intention mo, eliminate yung masamang tao kasi gusto mo protektahan yung mga mabait na tao, pero yung action ko pagpatay. So which is more important, yung action or yung intention? Ladies and gentlemen, according to moral philosophy, action. You know why? Because the action has an impact to the other person. Yung intention sa sarili mo yan. So kahit na maganda yung intention mo, pero yung action mo, pangit. Kahit maganda yung intention mo, you still don't pass sa moral standards. Diba? Action must be good. At ito yung guys, sobrang nakakalungkot. Can you please read this 1, 2, 3, go?
Ulit.
This is by Martin Luther King. Bakit kailangan sa isang leader to become morally and values-centric? Di ba leader pinag-usapan? Bakit may kailangan moral values? Di ba kailangan naman mahusay, maging efficient? Because dear leaders, you might be the most intelligent, most brilliant person in the world. But if you don't have moral values, you are the most dangerous person. Do you agree? Ang dami ng leader, mahusay, matalino, magaling, pero sinungaling, nagmamanipula. Efficient naman, matalino naman. Diba? Pero walang moral values. Yan ang pinaka-dangerous na tao. That's why leaders right now, you have a calling. Are you value-centric? Are you Christ-centric? Are you values-centric? Kasi kung tinitingnan mo lang husay, talino, walang values, then hindi siya aligned sa tinatawag na Panginoon na leaders. Now, before we take our lunch, can we please read this? 1, 2, 3, go.
To be a moral, ethical, and truthful leader requires courage.
To be a moral, ethical, and truthful leader requires courage and sacrifice. Kasi yung leadership hinihingi ng Panginoon ngayon, mahirap. Tama, di ba? May nagsisinungaling, you as a leader, know it's not the truth. Di ba? May nakita kang masama, hindi align sa utos ng Diyos, i-correct mo. Sorry to say this, but this is not according to the good news of our Lord. Kailangan mo correct ka naman sabi ko. Mahirap kasi ikaw magiging kontrabida. Tama po ba? Iba ang leadership na hinihingi ng Panginoon. Hinihingi niya maging courageous leader ka. Hinihingi niya maging risk-taker leader niya. Magiging against sa iyong buong mundo. Tama, di ba? Di ba? Lalo yung mga tinuturo ngayon. No? Pero iba yung moral, Christ-centered type of leadership. Now, you might be afraid, you might tell everyone, nakakatakot pala, no? Maging ideal leadership ng Panginoon. Pero don't be afraid. Right? God will always be with you. Let's watch this video.
Father Nolo na alala ko. Father Nolo. Sweeta.
I have called you are one, you are precious to me, and
Follower ka ng The Chosen. Ganda na. Kaso lang, ang dami niya ngayon. May mga nabasa ako na issues sa Pero hindi ko naman naiisip. Kung hindi ko pa yun na hindi ko naman siya naiisip. Hindi ko pa nakikita yung shopping. Pero
shall not drown. Walk through the fire and its flames will not consume you, for I am God.
pero pagdating sa mga may iba po.
You wander away from home, I stray. Still will I seek you and gently take you with me and bring you back.
Thank you. Yung mana, ang kanya po ay parang yung bread na hindi ba lang ano.
Yan ay basic na, ano na,
Yan laging inaano ni Father sa kapit magdasal.
panirap nila pag yung basic na lang natin.
Makakapano tayo ng nilang ESP.
Be not afraid to step up as a leader. Be not afraid to speak the truth. Be not afraid to become immoral, righteous. I'm sure, dear leaders, the world will criticize you. Alright? Probably outside Santo Niño Parish, when you spread the good news, may mga kaaway ka. May mga kalaban ka. And minsan nakakatakot. Dito, safe tayo dito sa Philippines because we are open to religion. And sooner or later, as a leader, you have to stand firm with what you believe in. You have to stand firm for Jesus, but don't be afraid. Right? Kasi nasa Diyos. Kasi imagine mo, di ba? Kahapon, nagsimba ako sa Santo Niño Parish. Sinabi ng pare, I'm not sure kung sino yun, sabi niya, it is costly to follow Jesus. It will cost you to follow Jesus. But pero sabi ko na nagsabi, but it will be more costly to not follow. Father Robert is 6 p.m.
And that is hard.
6 p.m. Yes.
Very, very hard.
Si Father Robert. So, nung naalala ko yung sabi ko, oh nga, no, marami sa atin takot. Pero take note, mas costly yun pag hindi natin siya sinunod. Amen?
Amen!
Okay. So, the big question is, how can I be a courageous leader? Right? How can I be a courageous leader for Christ? Kailangan namin maging matapang. Alam nyo ba ngayon, may survey. May survey ngayon ng klaseng mga pare in younger generation. Alam mo, nagulat ako. Nabasa niyo, Father, the type of priests are becoming right now? Nasa research, 70 to 90%, these are young priests right now who identify themselves as conservative priests. Sabi ko, wow, nakaka-attract ng simbahan ng conservative at orthodox priests. Yung mga liberal at progressive priests daw, medyo nag-decline daw. So what does it mean? It means that the priests right now ay nagkakaroon ng certain enlightenment that the world needs right now a little conservatism of the type of ideology. Alam niyo naman mga tinuturo sa labas, di ba? So the type of ideology. So ngayon, nakikita mo may pangangailangan. We need people to stand firm. We need people to become courageous leaders. Right? Now, isang leadership technique na gusto ko ituro sa inyo bago tayo mag-lunch kasi habang hinintay natin, yung tinatawag na carrot and sticks. Can you say this together?
Carrot and sticks.
Now, carrot is reward. Stick is punishment. This is an old school leadership style. Pag may ginawang tama, bigyan mo ng reward. Pag may ginawang mali, bigyan mo ng stick. Now, take note, this is an old management technique. Tuturo ko ako ng management sa Lasal. If your kids are studying at Lasal, I teach strategic management sa Lasal University in Operations Management. So, I teach management 6 months yun. At isa sa mga tinuturo ko is the principle of carrot and sticks. Rewards and punishment. Now, this is an old school approach. I remember one time, my mom applied this. Bisaya kasi ako. Sino mga Bisaya ko? May mga Bisaya ko. Ba't ko na Bisaya ka rin?
Yeah, damo.
Mga taga Cebu. Now, every time nagagalit yung mami ko kasi hindi malinis yung kwarto ko, pinapagalitan niya, hugaw na po! Ibig sabihin, madumi na naman! Francis, mag-storya ta! Hugaw na po din yung kwarto! Madumi na naman yung room mo. Sabi ko, ma, sorry, sobrang busy ko. Sabi niya, one time, sabi niya, Francis, mag-usap na tayo. Sige, ito gawin natin. Pag nalinis mo yung room mo, meron kang extra 50 pesos from me. What? Game! Ang Jollibee yun. That time, mura pang Jollibee ang burger. 39 pesos. Napunta niyo ba yun? Ano yun? Oh, grabe. Magkano na ba ngayon yung burger? Diba? That time, 39 pesos pa lang. Diba? Ganun ako katanda. Alam mo yung mga 39ers?
Yeah.
Naku, miss ko yung mga 39ers.
Wala na yan.
50 pesos.
Wala na.
Wala na, no?
Wale.
Mahal na. Hirap ng panahon ngayon. Di ba? Ngayon, that time, di ba? Binibigyan niya ako 50 pesos. Nililinis ko yung kwarto ko para may extra allowance. Alam mo, after niyang binigay ng 50, napansin ko after 1 week, hindi siya nagbibigay na. Nung hindi na siya nagbibigay ng 50 pesos, hindi na rin ako naglilinis. Sabi ng nanay ko, Francis, hugaw na po! Madumi na naman.
Bisaya.
Sabi niya, alam mo Francis, mag-usap na tayo. Sabi niya, una, pinapagalitan kita, pasaway ka pa rin, di mo din nililinis. That's it. Ngayon, binigyan kita ng 50 pesos, that's Carol. Tinanggal ko yung 50 pesos, hindi ka naman naglinis. Sabi ko, oo nga. Sabi 15 pesos ko para maglinis ako. Alam mo, na-realize niya, hindi effective ang carrot. Because carrot and reward is short-term. It's not a long-term solution. You don't get transformation through rewards. And I have noticed it a lot of times. I have increased people's salary, I have bonuses. Bakit yung performance hindi nag-increase? Bakit ganun? And I think this is just a mystery to all organizations. One time, I did training for Ayala. Nagbibenta ng kondo. One sales director told me, Francis, I have a problem. So I go, yes, what's your problem? I have a challenge of my sales team. My sales team were good performers. They don't have cars yet. They don't have houses yet. When they start selling and closing these condominiums, they start getting their commission, they start closing sale, and now they have the money, they stop performing. What is this mystery? And that made me realize that rewards are not long-term transformation technique. I'm not saying to stop the reward, but what I'm saying is that you partner with reward with a different leadership technique. Alam mo, ginawa ni nanay ko? Nilapitan sa akin. Francis, mag-storya ka. In Tagalog, mag-usap tayo. Ang sabi sa akin, Francis, tatanungin ko sa'yo, ilang taon ka na? Alam mo, nung tinanong niyo, yung sa sarili ko, sa ganyang edad, sa tingin mo ba, nanay pa rin naglilinis ng kanyang kwarto?
Meron akong tanong
Ang mga first time in my life, hiyang-hiya ako sa sarili. And that's the start of paradigm shift transformation. So what does this mean?
At least nasaktan na yung isa.
Dear
Na matanda
Santo
na pala siya.
Niño parish leaders, you need to have coaching leadership technique, mentoring leadership technique. Magkwentuhan
Sa bahay
kayo,
pa niya na-realize.
mag-heart-to-heart kayo. Hindi lang pwedeng galit ka all the time. Hindi lang pwedeng... You know what? Being mad is a technique. Lalo na, according to research leadership expert, stick is the last recourse. Stick is the last recourse. Hindi siya first. For example, nagbigay ka na ng reward, dimotivate ko na, pinausap ko na, wala pa rin, then stick is the final one. Pero habang kaya mo pa kausapin, habang kaya mo pa i-motivate, do that part. Diba? Sige, beses sa motivate. Diba sa temple, galit na siya. Ang ginawa niya, pinagalitan niya. It's okay to be mad. But when you are angry, you do it with love. Diba? It's okay to be mad. You do it with love. You're angry about the thing, but you're not angry about the person. You're doing it because you love the person. And do it with love. Huh? So again, that's paradigm shift. Carrot and sticks won't work. So, take note, bakit si carrot and sticks won't work? Kasi may dalawang klaseng motivation. Can we say this together? Extrinsic. Pag sinabing extrinsic motivation, ginagawa ko trabaho sa simbahan kasi gusto kong maging popular. Okay lang yun. Yung practical why? Gusto kong ma-praise. Good job! Gusto kong ma-recognize ni Father at ni Sister G. Okay lang yun. Tao tayo, human nature. Para tayong bata minsan. Diba? Kailangan natin ma-recognize, ma-affirm. It's okay! Schedule, salary bonuses, extrinsic. Extrinsic din yung natatakot ka. Baka mapagalitan ako. Extrinsic. Pero may tinatawag na intrinsic motivation. Yung intrinsic motivation, ginagawa ko yung trabaho ko, not because takot ako sa'yo, not because may sweldo or allowance ako, ginagawa ko yung trabaho ko because I can see myself and I can see my purpose to do this job. Ginagawa ko yung trabaho ko kasi parang meron akong mastery sa skill. Pag nagbabasa ako in front, nakikita ko mas nagiging pabuksan yung English ko at yung pagsasalita ko sa harap. Ginagawa ko yung trabaho ko because I'm fulfilling my purpose. Autonomy, mastery, ginagawa yung trabaho ko kasi feeling ko empowered ako. Autonomy, mastery, and purpose, ito yung intrinsic motivational factors. Sana, as leaders, intrinsic tayo.
Autonomy.
Itong objective natin.
Isa.
Di ba? Take note of these 4 factors. I really want to write this report. Yung isa, write this report and you get a bonus. Hindi ito, oy, gawin mo trabaho mo ha, para mabati kita, ma-praise kita, ma-recognize kita. Gawin mo trabaho mo ha, para ma-recognize ka ni Father. Hindi ito, ito. Kahit walang nag-a-affirm sa'yo, walang nagre-recognize sa'yo, gusto mo gawin yung trabaho mo. Yan ang intrinsic motivation. Ito, ayaw mo to. Gawin mo to or else you're fired. O ito, parang ayaw talaga gawin yung report eh. The most effective leaders are the leaders who will allow their team to fall in love with their job, to find their purpose in their job, to find a vision in their job and in their task. That's our role as a leader. Which means focus on the intrinsic motivation. Usap kayo. Magkwentuhan kayo. Diba? Para sa pamilya. Right? Para kanino ka bumabangon, diba? Kasi, pag ginawa mo yun, hindi na totoo yung old leadership style. When the cat is away,
The mouse will play.
so when the cat is away, the mouse is still responsible.
Yes.
Alright? Kaya a perfect leadership quote is this. Can we please read this together? 1, 2, 3, go.
Leadership is about making others better as a result of your presence and making sure that impact lasts in your
So, ibig
absence.
sabihin, kahit wala ka na, effective leader pa rin siya. Mas, actually, performer siya kahit hindi mo siya minomonitor. Alright? Now, balikan natin yung top motivational drivers. No? So, ito yung, naalala niyo ba to? Ito ay Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Di ba? Ano yung lowest level? Physiological. Gusto mo magtrabaho, gusto mo mag-perform, kasi food, water, sleep, kailangan mo to. Safety. Yung isa, gusto ko magtrabaho, gusto ko maging part ng Santo Niño Parish kasi belongingness gusto ko. Gusto ko ma-recognize. Anong pinakamataas?
Self-actualization.
Self-actualization. So what does it mean? It means that when we do our task and our job here in our parish, I'm self-actualizing myself. I'm starting to see myself to become like Jesus. I'm starting to see myself like the apostles. Pag nasa-self-actualize ka sa sarili, they will be motivated. So your objective is to help your team members self-actualize themselves. Eh, paano nila masa-self-actualize yung sarili nila pag mukha mo lang nakikita nila? Pag takot sa'yo nakikita nila? Pag ikaw mismo ay ikaw leader, dapat they should be able to self-actualize themselves. Right? Now, there are 5 leadership levels. And ito, magandang pakinggan at magandang maranasan at matutunan anong leadership level pa meron tayo. Level 1, leadership by position. People follow you because you have the title, you have the position. That's the lowest level. And take note, lahat naman nagsisimula doon. If I ask you, kailan yung start naging leader ka? Di ba lagi mong inaalala yung high school ka, na-elect ka na part naging sergeant at arms kasi malaki ka. Sino naging sergeant at arms dito? Di ba? Yung iba na-elect maging muse. Sino naging muse? Ayan, si Kim, laging muse ka rin about Kim. Oh, si Erin, naging muse ka ba? Erin, oh, naging muse. Di ba? Yung iba naging Prince Charming. Sino naging Prince Charming dito na-elect na Prince Charming? Ayun, naging Prince Charming. Di ba? It always starts with a position and it's okay. Everyone starts with position. But the problem with position is this. People are just forced to follow you because you have the title. Yun ang position. Napipilitan lang sila i-follow ka. And na-realize nila, hindi sustainable ang posisyon. Bakit? Kasi na-realize mo, kailangan ka maging likable. Ang hirap i-follow yung leader na hindi likable. Meron ka bang finalo na leader na hindi mo like? Ang hirap eh.
Yes.
Parang parusa. May ganun ba
Parang
kapag
may
experience? Pag pumapasok ka sa trabaho, or pag pumapasok ka doon sa ministry mo, kita ko naman tumbukan mo.
Binubo nga.
Diba? Parang ginadrag mo yung sarili mo. And you realize, ginagawa yung likable. Diba? The second level, leadership by relationship. I follow you because I like you. You're so nice.
You're so cute.
Likability, by the way, is very important. Don't get me wrong. Now, you realize in your leadership journey, hindi sustainable ang likability. Bakit? Have you ever experienced liking isa't isa, pero wala kayong napupuntahan? Wala, hindi naman natapos yung project natin. Puro lang tayo chika. Puro lang tayo party. Puro lang tayo happening, company together. Pero yung target natin, hindi natin na-achieve. Di ba? Yung expectation sa atin, hindi natin na-fulfill. Parang ang nangyayari, parang naging bonding tong ministry na ito. Hindi natin maalis-alis ng tama yung ating trabaho. Yan tiyatawag leadership by relationship. Okay? And it's not sustainable. Leadership level 3. This is now production. You realize you need to perform. You need to set an example. Level 3 is what we call leadership by production. People follow you because you are so good dahil ang galing-galing mo.
Bigyan ng
So what does it mean? It means that in order for us to become a better leader, hindi lang relationship mahalaga. Kailangan performer ka rin. Kailangan nagagawa ko rin yung task mo. Diba? Kailangan nagsasacrifice ka rin. Diba? Alam mo, nanood na, sino sa inyo nanood ng Chosen? Yung series about Jesus. Alam mo, nakakatuwa, kasi nung pinakita si Judas hindi siya yung nakikita mo sa Bible na nakakainis. Ang gwapo niya at likable, very nice. He's a very nice person. Di ba? So, hindi siya hindi si Judas, hindi siya yung kontrabida, masungin. He's a very likable person. Among all, siya yung pinaka may itsura, pinakagwapo sa among all the apostles, di ba? Ganun siya ka-charismatic. At pag nakikita mo siya kay Jesus, talagang yes, sir. Ito yung hindi mo iisipin, maging Judas. So what does it mean? Relationship is not enough. Di ba? You have to fulfill. You have to sacrifice. Di ba? Hindi relationship, dapat performance. Now, take note. Medyo hindi din ganun ka-sustainable ang performance. Yung mentor ko, yung dati kong boss, vice president siya ng CBI. Every time nag-train siya, dati siyang vice president, approach ko sa sabi ko, "Man, boss, you're so good. Idol!" Alam mo sabi sa akin? "Francis, hindi pa ako magaling." Sabi ko, "Boss, hindi ka nga sa pag-train eh. Paano ba sabi hindi ka pa magaling?" Alam mo sabi sa akin? "Mas gagaling ako pag nalagpasan mo ako. And my job is for you to become better than me." And that made me realize a higher level of leadership, which is leadership by reproduction. People follow you because you have created another performer, another leader. So ask yourself, ilang leaders na ba ang na-form ko, na-create ko? Ilang performers na ba na-create ko? Kasi kung wala ka, baka nasa lower type of leadership meron lang ako. So kailangan na sa leader, gumawa ka ng maraming mahusay na team members, na leaders. Huwag ka makipag-compete sa team members mo. At kung mas mahusay sila sa'yo, good job! Ibig sabihin, groom mo yan. I-pressure mo yan. Diba? Minsan na lalo may mahusay na inaalay yung talent nila sa simbahan. Diba? Nasaan nga yung mga matatalento? Nasa corporate world, nasa business. O sa government, ang mahusay nasaan? Nandun sa business, nasa private. Pero pag isang mahusay na bata, gustong mag-serve, be inclusive. Diba? Sayang. Let's create another leader, another performer. Let's prepare for the next generation.
Yes.
Then finally, it's only by leadership, by reproduction, that we can achieve the pinnacle. The highest level is creating a legacy. People follow me because of the accomplishment legacy na idala ko dito sa Santo Niño Parish. Na kahit wala na ako, itong sistema, itong mga new next-in-line leaders, next-in-line servers, na-develop ko na. Ready na. It's time for me to go. Let the young ones lead again. Right? Leadership level 5. So, a big question for us is this. What leadership level I belong to? Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. And how can I go to the next level? Okay? Meron akong trivia sa inyo. Last 5 minutes, ready to be food? Alright? Share sa inyo na, alam niyo ba, may mga hayop magaling sa leadership. Ano to? Mga?
Langgam.
Langgam. Kanina sabi niyo, mga ibon, no? Sa Bisaya, langgam yung tawag ng ibon. Si Art by joke yung langgam eh. Mamaya yung langgam joke mo. Alam niyo ba that ants know how to become a leader? Merong research pala na ant pala, merong leader ant at follower ant. Anong objective? To hunt for food. Now take note, itong follower ant, nag-a-adjust si leader ant. Pag si follower ant mabagal, binabagalan daw ng leader ant. Tag-track ng food. Pag mabilis si follower ant, bibilisan din ni leader ant. Ngayon, ito yung ito yung medyo amazing. Pag si follower ant daw, sobrang bagal, alam mo ginagawa ng leader ant? Binubuhat na si follower ant at dinadala niya dun sa crumbs ng food. So what does it mean? Leaders know how to adjust according to their team members. Different strokes, different styles for different followers. Alam mo, naalala ko yung boss ko. 3 kami, nililid niya. Para siyang artista, iba-ibaan yung kanyang mukha. Para siyang nasasakitan ng masamang espiritu. May 3 siyang nililid. Si Rose, si Michelle, at ako. Pag si Rose, ito style niya. Rose, this is what you're going to do. Step 1, step 2, step 3. You know, Michelle, I feel for you. It's okay, Michelle, you can do it. Francis, what the hell are you doing, Francis? I told you this is what you're going to do, right? Tapos sabi ko, boss,
Gawin mo yung
medyo unfair ka. Sabi ko, why, Francis, what's wrong? Rose, you're so formal.
Konti lang.
With Michelle,
Siyempre,
you're so
wala pa rin kita.
nice. Me, you're so mean. Alam mo sabi sa akin? Tawa lang siya. Why are you laughing? So, you know, Francis, because that style worked for you. I know you're a strong person, right? You need someone who really push you and panic you, but I know you don't take things personally. Alright? I'm just doing the best style for you.
Mentoring to mentoring.
So what is it? Different strokes for different folks. There should be one approach for all the members. Different style. Sa mga able na members, delegate. Sa iba, i-coach, i-mentor.
Yeah.
Sa iba, guide mo, motivate mo. Different strokes for different folks. Kailangan marunong ka mag-adjust as a leader. Right? Right? Can we please read this 1, 2, 3, go?
Within the field of animal behavior, we would say an animal. Makati na talaga.
Alright, so sabi ni Miguel Frank, sa field daw ng animal behavior, we would say that an animal isn't a teacher pag nagmo-modify ng kanyang behavior. Alright? And so, the other members can learn quickly. So ask yourself, yung style ko ba nag-iiba, nagmo-modify ba? If not, hindi ako magaling na rin. Finally, to close our session for today, you must tell me, Francis, ganda ng mga techniques mo, no? I know I need to become a morally Christ-centered leader. I need to become a visionary leader. I need to become a level 4 leader. I need to become a leader who knows how to adjust. Pero ito lagi nyo sinasabi, how can I lead if I'm in pain? Sino nakaka-relate? How can I lead if feeling ko loser ako? Saan ako umubot ng lakas, Francis? Marami ang problema sa bahay. Hiniwalayan ako. I'm a single mom. Nawalan ako ng trabaho. Diba? Ang sungit ng kapitbahay ko, akong bida lagi sa chismis nila. Saan ako malupit ng lakas? Paano maging leader? Ang hirap, no? Diba? And take note, the world right now is teaching you to become winners. Correct? Tingnan mo itong mga libro na to. It's about winning. Jack Welch talks about winning. There's a book about how to become a millionaire. Talk about how to influence friends. All of these books talks about winning, nothing about losing. And we always celebrate people and love people who become champions. So, naging champion si Ateneo last year. Ngayon, sorry na lang. Warriors naging champion. Ferrari naging champion. Manny Pacquiao naging champion. Diba? May nanalong Oscars. Everything is about winning. But did you know that in the Christ gospel context, leadership is about learning how to lose. It's the opposite of world type of leadership. We should learn the art and science of losing. Because that's what reality is. Hindi tayo tinuturuan paano matalo. Every day we lose. We lose our hair. Correct? How do you do that?
Oo, sakit
Ako,
na
I lose my
nakakabukod.
fitness. Payat ako dati, nakaba ako ng papa. Diba?
Relate.
Diba? Dati, di sa pagmamayabang, high school ako, heartthrob ngayon, ngayon proud na ako. Diba? Thank you. Diba? Every day we lose money. Correct?
Correct.
Even we lose in our desires to win, to probably to pass an exam. Diba? We lose every time we lose a conflict or we lose our loved ones. We lose our youthfulness. Tumatanda tayo. Our stocks are losing. We also lose pag meron tayong na-miss na opportunity. And finally, how can I win and how can I lead? Nawala din ako ng loved ones. I lose my loved ones. I keep on trying how to lead, but I'm wounded. I keep on losing. I keep on experiencing and pain. So, tell me, Francis, how can I be the chosen one? Eh, wounded nga ako. How can I be a chosen one? Ilangin akong talunan nga ako. Diba? Now, take note. Sabi ni Jesus, can you please read? 1 through 3, go.
When life is more than you can stand.
Leadership is not leadership within Christ is not standing on your own. You have to lead. Inuhod mo yan. Yan ang klaseng leadership na gusto ni Christ. Inuhod mo yan. Inuhod mo yan. You cannot do it on your own. Sabi sa Psalms 18, in my distress, I called to the Lord. I cried to my God for help. From His temple, He heard my voice. I came before Him into His ears. Right? I'd like you to watch this video that the calling that Christ wants you to know right now is to become a wounded healer, a wounded healer. Let's watch this video.
Shucks. Ay, sweeta talaga eh. Sweeta.
Pero ano siya? Ano? Dominican.
Sweeta eh.
Ang sakit ng mangingasang O Jesus, hinumin mo aking sugat na puso ng aking sugatan, diwa, katawan ay gawing daan ng iyong kalikasan. O Jesus, hinihiling mo aking sugat ng puso ng aking kapwa kasing ko.
Short lang yung explanation niya pero hindi marami sinasabi.
Ang ganda ng leadership style na hinihingi natin, hinihingi ng Panginoon sa atin. Hindi perfect leader ang hinihingi sa atin. You might feel na, I'm really the chosen one, Francis. Parang dami kong galit sa loob ko. Dami kong problema. Dami kong baho sa pamilya namin. Right? Am I really the chosen one? Kaya ko ba itong trabaho na? Take note, Jesus is not alien to losing. Jesus is not alien to suffering and struggle. Tingnan mo naman, pinanganak siya sa, anong tawag yan? Baybayin ba?
Sabsaban.
Sabsaban. Bisaya pala ito, baybayin. Pag sila baybayin, iba yun sa Bisaya. Sa Sabsaban. Hindi siya pinanganak sa St. Luke's. Walang hospital, walang nurse. Sabsaban. Alam niyo ba kano kahirap ipanak niya sa Sabsaban? Panginoon yan ha, creator natin, di ba? Hindi siya alien to Lucy. Di ba? Ano ba? Nakita niyo, di ba? Nung nagtuturo siya sa temple, sabi ng nanay niya, we've been looking for you. Tapos sabi niya din, you know, I should be in my father's house. Pero, anong ginawa ni Jesus? Sumunod pa rin. Di ba? You can see, hindi siya nagpaka-diva. Kinikriticize siya ng mga Pariseo. So yung criticism sa leader that yung experience din niya yun. Actually, isang stop lang. Pwedeng mabali yung nick ng mga Pariseo. Minsan pag nakita ko yung Passion of the Christ, naiinis ako. Sabi ko, hindi pwede eliminate na lang ni Jesus lahat yan para matapos sila.
Anong sinasabi ko?
Di ba? May ganun, di ba? And natin realize, kaya pala tayo hindi binigyan ng God ng powers. Kasi binigyan na yung God powers wala
Glow
na.
lang. Tapos,
Di ba? Papatayan na tayo with our powers. Di ba? Kaya nga, hindi wala tayong karapatan dun sa powers na yan. Binitray siya ng mga apostles ni Judas, di ba? Grabe, nagpakita ako ng miracle, minahal ko doon, tapos binitray ako. Di ba? And the type of leadership style is showing is really servant leadership. And take note, he carried our cross and he died on the crucifix. So you can see yung struggle mo,
dinuro-duroan ko.
hindi alien sa kanya yan. Na-experience niya, naramdaman niya yan. So isang type of leadership ang
Iba
hinihingi
naman
niya
kasi
sa
level
atin.
natin.
Can you please read this? 1, 2, they go.
Whoever finds their life will lose it, and whoever loses their life for my sake will have it.
So it's death to the self. Kaya nga, yung self talaga is the biggest enemy to go to heaven. The self talaga is the biggest enemy to become a leader for Christ. Right? Kaya nga, sabi sa isang passage sa Bible, sitting down, Jesus called the 12 and said, can we please read? 1, 2, 3, go!
Anyone wants to be first must be the very last and the very last.
Be a servant of all. And even if you're in pain, okay lang yan. You might ask, masakit talaga eh. Pwede bang ako naman? Di ba? Kailan mawala tong pain ko? Hindi
Bukas.
ako makapagtrabaho na maayos.
Bukas
Demotivated ako. Dami kong sakit. Dami kong problema sa bahay. Paano ba to? To close our session for today, lagi to close to, pero to final close na to. May isang kwento, may tatay at mag-ama, nagbibuild sila ng house. Nagbibuild sila ng house, napansin ng anak na si tatay magaling naman mag-build ng house, kaya niya in one day. Pero, umabot sila ng 1 week sa pag-build ng house. 1 week, 2 weeks! Pero, kung si tatay gumawa niya on his own, kaya 1 week. Alam niyo bakit?
Pinatuloy mga anak.
Because the father wants to spend time with his son. Alam ko marami kayong longing sa buhay mo. Marami kayong hinihingi. Marami kayong bahay na gusto maitupad, dreams. Pero bakit hindi binibigay? Hindi nyo ba napapansin, pag hindi binibigay sa inyo, nasaan ka lagi? Nakalungod ka nila, lagi ka nagdadasal. Your Christ wants to spend time with you. If you're in pain, your God wants to spend time with you. He wants to be recognized. He wants to be loved. Kasi alam naman natin, pag naibigay yung nasa inyo, nakakalimutan mo na siya. This is your intimate moments with God. Meron ka bang hinihiling ngayon, hindi pa binibigay? Baka yun yung conversation ni God. Baka gusto niya ilabas mo yung nasa loob mo. Gusto niya ng intimacy sa iyo. Gusto niya ng connection. Kasi nung nakita niya nagsasaya ka, nakalimutan mo na siya. Nung nakita niya na happy ka, parang happy ka sa mundo ito, pero hindi mo na siya na-recognize.
Kaya may lalabas mo rin.
Baka He wants to spend time with you. At
Pero
kailangan
mas
mo
magaan
ibigay.
ngayon.
Kaya ang tawag ni God, every time nasa suffering, andun siya sa'yo. Let's watch this video.
Tapos na tayo, tatakbo ka agad sa kainan. Gamitin na natin yung senior lane at saka priority lane. Hayaan natin yung dalawa. May payag ba kayo? At ano na lang tayo.
It is really by who you see. I offer you now my peace. I've waited for this moment to be with you again. My heart will remain in your heart now. I am with you till the end of your days. I am with you. I'll faith that I hold you, even when you let go. And I love you.
Nakakainis na mga kanta na. Sino mo mga singer? Nakakainis na mga kanta.
I am never with you.
Parang siya yung singer, pero galing singer. Saan siya sa ano? Sweet ang ang pami eh.
We trouble.
Ayaw na. Gutom na sila man.
And beyond all anguish or death, I'm wishing to life from you. When you feel that you've been empty and can give no more, know that I am there, and I feel your soul. I am with you till the end of your days. I am with you. I have faith.
So every time you're wounded and suffering, Christ was ever with you. Yung daughter ko si Ava, pag umiiyak, yung wife ko sobrang galing na leader. Kasi, umuyo ko siya, Ava, what's wrong? I'm crying with you. Ako baliktad, ano kailangan niyan? Bilhin! Tapos, nagulat ako, itong anak ko, mas malapit sa misis ko. Sabi ko, malapit si Mia. Di mo naman binibili ng laruan yan. Ako kung ano ang binibili ko, mas malapit sa'yo. Ano sabi niya sa akin? Alam mo bakit? Kasi ito, binibili mo yung pagmamahal, wala ka din. And I realize, similar with God's leadership style. Hindi niya ibibigay sa'yo lahat agad kasi ayaw niya maging spoiled ka. Kung umiiyak siya kasama mo.
Oh.
Kung nahihirapan ka,
Kahit
nandun
nawala
din
yung
siya,
alam,
nahihirapan
sige lang.
din siya. Kasama mo siyang umiiyak din. Kasama mo siyang
Hindi lang
nagdudusay.
malalim na malalim.
Because that's the best love that God
Hindi
can
lang
give you. To feel what you feel. Not just to eliminate your problems away. So if you're in pain and suffering right now, He was there with you.
Yes.
And
We're singing
when you
na
are
eh.
wounded, that's the best power
Pero
you
hindi
can
na
give
masakit.
as a leader because you can empathize. People can relate with a wounded
Kasi
leader,
binigyan na kami
but
ng
people
ano eh.
cannot relate with a
Binigyan na
perfect
kami ng
leader.
schedule.
Can you
Sabay-sabay
talk
na
the
oras.
person to your right and tell that person,
Sa recess.
bago ka na. And talk the person to your left and tell that person, lalo ka na! Thank you so much, everyone. Let's have lunch!
Grabe!
Wow, busog na busog tayo. Ngayon po, magna-lunch tayo. At tawagan natin si Brother Freddy. Pero bago yan, ito po ang announcement natin. Ibibigay po maya-maya yung susi sa room nyo. So pupunta po tayo sa room. Dahil sa papalitan nyo yung damit nyo. Doon sa mga hindi pa red shirt, no? Pwede kahit na hindi sa tunin yung red shirt, no? Pagkatapos so, mamaya na lang tatawagin mo si Sister Christy dito, no? So tawagin natin si Brother Freddy para kung sa panalangin bago tayo kumain.
Thank you, Lord.
Tandaan nyo, 1:30
Tayo ay kumayunan. Bigyan po natin ng palakpak si Sis Francis sa mga deliver ng kanyang salita. Thank you po. Ilagay po natin ang ating presensya sa ating Panginoon. Lord, marami pong salamat sa araw na to at sa mga nito, Panginoon. Alam namin, Panginoon, sa iyong mga salita, alam namin na ikaw ay naririto. Salamat din sa Panginoon sa buhay na pinagkaloob mo para sa amin. Kaya din po sa lahat ng naririto ngayon at sa amin na naniwan kami. Lord, paspasan mo po kami sa lahat ng biyayang pinagkaloob mo sa araw na ito. Lalo-lalo na po sa aming kalian na magbibigay kalakasan para sa aming kalakasan, Panginoon. Lord, salamat din po sa ngiti ng aming ora paroko sa umaga nito, Panginoon. Alam namin na hindi man namin siya mabati, pero alam namin siya'y malakas ngayon, Panginoon. Bless us, O Lord, this I give the one in Christ our Lord. Amen. Thank you. Pangalan ng Ama, ng Anak, ng Espiritu Santo. Amen.